Hey guys, and welcome to the Bayern View. Hope you guys are all doing well. As you can see, we've got the link up again with the Bayern View and Bayern Now. George is in the building yet again. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing good. We had chemistry last time. It was like them green links on FIFA. So we're here once again to experiment. I had fun on here last time with the Bayern View community, and we're here to talk transfers, roast players, do whatever we got to do.
100%.
So hold on. Before we start, what are your thoughts on Bonasar?
Bonasar. Of all players, you start on him. Can you even have an opinion on him when he's had like 2 minutes of game time last season?
Nah, you can. He is a donkey. He is trash. He is a twat, as the British would say. Yeah, I hate that guy.
I bet he loves his life though. Doesn't get any game time, but literally gets like VIP tickets, gets paid to be at the club. You know what I mean? Am I just making you sad? Sorry.
Well, Sadio Mane is your GOAT, right? He's your favorite player at the club. What do you think's going on with him? Do you think the Saudis are super interested now that he's scoring? Because please, they better be.
To be honest with you, if you want me to be 100% honest with you, I don't think he's going anywhere.
So he's going to be here forever?
Well, hopefully not forever, especially on those
I'm going to be here next season, getting more offsides than appearances and goals.
Legit.
His expected offsides per 90 will exceed his XG and expected assists. It's crazy.
What are we thinking of Guerreiro then? Are you muted? I can't hear you. I don't know if it's my headphones. I could hear. Okay, it's not just me. It's not just me.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Don't worry, it's fine.
I think my Elgato mic was trying to update, and it just stopped it from working. I don't know.
It's fine.
Okay, what's the last thing you heard?
Literally, I said to you, what do you think of Guerreiro? Guerreiro.
Okay, now you're muted.
Let's go.
We got technical difficulties. Chat, patience.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got Dortmund fans attacking the connection.
Yeah.
It's not our fault. Yeah, so you asked me about Guerreiro, and I was saying,
Guerreiro, yeah.
Well, he's a replacement for Cancelo because Cancelo came in, and as well as Daley Blind came in because Lucas Hernandez got injured, and Lucas was our cover for left center back and also left back. He was our main left back backup. So if Alphonso Davies was injured, Lucas would come in. So now that Daley Blind and Cancelo are no longer at the club, we definitely needed a backup left back, and Guerreiro's it. So I don't, a few weeks ago, if you told me you were getting Guerreiro, I'd be like, why can't we just sign Cancelo on a permanent deal? Because I love Cancelo. He is a bowler, saucy. He has more sauce than Italian pasta. I love that man. But we couldn't afford him. So Guerreiro's the next best option, I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
What are your thoughts?
I think he's a good player. I like the fact that we're taking another player away from Dortmund, if I'm honest with you. And he's one of their best players other than Jude. So
they took Niklas Süle from us, who wasn't one of our best players.
Yeah,
that man was eating McDonald's for training. So it's good to see it go the other way around, but we're getting one of their best players.
Best players, yeah.
It's crazy how the meltdown from Prem Twitter is crazy. Like, these guys are saying Bayern's poaching from their rivals again. First of all, we're not a white dude with a gun in South Africa poaching elephants. That's not what's happening here. Dortmund did it to us. It happens the other way as well. Dortmund take players from everywhere, from other Bundesliga clubs. In fact, they've taken more players from Bundesliga clubs than we have. That's for starters. 2, no one's considering this. In the Prem, you have Arsenal just taking all of Chelsea's sloppy seconds, getting the same STDs, everything together. They're Eskimo brothers, and they're supposed to be rivals in the same city. The pride of London versus the Gooners. Well, you're trading players like they're baseball cards. Julian, Arsenal, or Chelsea to Arsenal. And now this new one with what's his name? Kai Havertz. So they're doing the same thing. Man City just takes players if they want it. They take a Sterling if they need to from Liverpool. Or Chelsea takes it happens in every league, but Bayern obviously get the smoke because we keep winning, and it infuriates them because they all have an inferiority complex. They think just because we're taking players from other teams means that's the only reason we're winning, when it's not. We recruit smartly. In fact, last window, what was our only Bundesliga player? Who was that? Like, who did we sign from the Bundesliga? We signed Gravenberch, Mane, De Ligt. Who were we signing?
The only one we signed was Summer.
Yeah, Jan Sommer. And I'd argue that man downgraded this team. Kevin Hart's height. So I don't think we're doing what people are saying we're doing. They're accusing us of destroying the league through buying our competition like we're a monopoly. First of all, we're not Amazon. We're not a monopoly. And it's just lies, man. They're lying on our name.
The thing is, that's what Sir Alex Ferguson used to do with Manchester United, with all the best strikers, best players. He used to buy them all up, and then that's how they carried on, being so dominant back in the past. So
it's crazy that when they stopped doing that, that's when they really started declining.
Yeah, legit.
When they started trying to get the Pogbas instead of the best EPL players.
Yeah.
When they started trying to do the foreign thing. And now look at the mess they're in. But when you have a core of players that are experienced in your league, the best players in your league, who know what the league's about, then it makes your job easier. I don't know why, from a business standpoint, it wouldn't be smart to, if your competitor has a great product manager, if you're YouTube and that product manager works at Google, no, not Google, Facebook,
I know what you mean.
You go ahead and offer him more money. You try to get that product manager. You get the best people for the job. It doesn't matter where they come from a rival company. Nah, it's business at the end of the day. If the player wants to join, get paid by you, that's up to that. You should be blaming the players for choosing Bayern over Dortmund, or blame Dortmund for not being big enough. But it is what it is.
100%.
I enjoy Guerreiro signing for the same reason. I like the meltdown. I enjoy it. It's like ice cream.
Legit, mate. 100%. Someone asked, what's your thoughts on Pau Torres?
So, Kim Min-jae is a defensive genius, but he's very clunky on the ball. He's very perfect defensively. His positioning, his anticipation, his bravery, composure in 1v1 situations. Kim Min-jae is definitely a really good center back. But on the ball, his passes are accurate, short passing, but he's not a complete on-the-ball player. Pau Torres, on the other hand, is shaky defensively, but on the ball, he is a Spaniard. So he's very perfect. I think that's a very interesting partnership. If you sign both of them, it looks like Bayern are trying to go for both of them because Pavard and Lucas will leave and Pau Torres is left-footed. It might be an interesting transfer. Torres needs to leave Villarreal. That man has been there for way too long. Because every season you'll hear Pau Torres linked to Moot, and then he's just at Villarreal again and again and again. So It's going to be super interesting to see if we go in for him. Another player I'd like, if we're going for someone ball playing, Bastoni's up there. Very good long passing, comfortable on the ball, under pressure. See, I think Upamecano will learn and develop. Imagine having Upamecano, Pau Torres, Kim Min-jae, and De Ligt in the same team. That is a defensive luxury. Because if Upa's having Bazo moments, I kid you not, you could sub that man off into 20 minutes into a game and bring on a player that's on his level. It adds competition. Right. It creates competition. I would argue Upa isn't super focused if he doesn't feel his position is threatened. Every player starts performing. Y'all ever see a situation where, the boys are just playing anything, any game, could be a video game. Everyone's just chill, and then a baddie walks in, a beautiful girl walks in, and they all try hard. That's what it's like with footballers, except they try hard when they see their position is under threat.
Taken.
Yeah. So I think signing these 4 players or having these 2 center backs, making 4 center backs like that would be very, very interesting. But the fact that we need a striker and a DM and all we're linked to are center backs is kind of crazy.
It is, yeah.
We need, we're training for a fight, and our opponent is a heavyweight, and all we're training is our muscles. We're gonna get knocked out. So we got to train head movement. We got to train defense. But all we're looking at is that one thing we think is going to go for us in the fight. We're not looking at the opponent. We got to look at the team as a whole. I think a DM completes us, but there aren't DMs out there. Strikers, the market has dried up. It's like the Sahara Desert, man. It's like Dubai in the summer. Everything is dry. There is no striker out there. I mean, yeah, Harry Kane. Okay, but Spurs, are they going to sell? And how much is he? And is Kane willing to leave that dusted club? That's the question. Okay, so you don't have Kane. Mbappe's kind of available, but you're going to need to spend some money on not only the transfer, but the agent's fees and his salary. You're going to have to pay that man 50 mil a season for him to turn his eye. He's fixated on Madrid. And then you can go for someone like Gonçalo Ramos, but he's very unproven. Still his second season at the professional level at Benfica, or is it Benfica or Sporting? Yeah, whichever one.
Benfica.
Yeah, he's not really established as a superstar. Well, you don't need him to be established, but he hasn't really fully grasped it because he's only 21. So, and for a striker, that's very young because strikers mature a lot later. Wingers mature. Some wingers are where they're supposed to be by 21, but strikers, you need a lot of time to hone in your skills, work on your link-up play, your first touch, because strikers it's a very hard position to play. And then, if you go for Kolo Muani, you're basically going for a Marcus Thuram. That's basically what you're doing. You're going for Marcus Thuram, just a fast, decent, technically, and that's about it. He's not really a pure striker. He's more of a winger, if you ask me, or a complete forward, like on Football Manager, where they just kind of do everything. So you could go for Kolo Muani, but again, you're not getting a striker. And the money you're paying, you think you should be getting a world-class striker, but you wouldn't. You're just getting a good forward. Kind of like Christopher Nkunku. He's not a striker, not an attacking midfielder. He could be a second striker. That's what Kolo Muani could be. A very complete forward, using his pace, explosiveness to run the channels, but letting another person do the link-up play. So you're not getting a striker there. You could go for Osimhen, but 150 million, you should be getting an Mbappe, right? Victor Osimhen is not worth 150 million. The market value for him is way too inflated because Napoli paid 75 mil for him, and he's still young. He's a global name. He is established, but I would argue there's still flaws in his game. For 150 million, you need the complete package. You're not getting the complete pack. So there's just too much going on. And then the DM position. You can try to tempt Tchouaméni. I think Chelsea, there was a story that they were offering 60 mil for Tchouaméni, and Madrid might consider an offer for a higher fee. If we get Tchouaméni for 120 million, I would not be pissed. I wouldn't be. I don't. Madrid paid 80 mil for him. That's the kind of even if he spent a good portion of their Champions League campaign, the important parts on the bench, I'd still go for him because that's the player that completes our team. We don't even need to sign a striker if we get someone like Tchouaméni, a midfield, not even a destroyer, comfortable on the ball, can carry the ball if he needs to, but just a defensive genius. You don't even need a striker. You just need Matisse Tau. You can get away with a lot with a complete midfield and a complete back line. And we already have a complete Mazraoui at right back, superior to Pavard in every single way, and I mean defensively as well. He reads the game better. His anticipations are good, and he turns defense into attack very well. So there's a lot. But I think we're focused on center backs, and there's a luxury of center backs. Think of it, there's so many center backs. You could go to the French league, and the first team that pops up in your head, there's a center back there that's very good. It's easy to get center backs, easy to get full backs. But what we need is a DM, a specialist at that position, and a striker.
Yeah,
I'm talking
I agree
too
with
much.
you. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it, man. Troy Rock City says if Tchouaméni is available, we should get him ASAP. And thank you for the donation, mate. And I agree 100%, like you just said. If Real Madrid have got a ridiculous amount of midfielders, if we can go and get him, because isn't he really, really young as well? Right by saying. Yeah. So if you spend that, and they get him on a long contract, he's gonna be your DM for a long time. So 100%.
Yeah, Liverpool offered 47 million. So it seems like there's he's 23, sorry. He's sort of available. Isn't it? Still. See, here's the thing. That's the kind of player that would fit Bayern like a glove. He's not injury prone. This is what people aren't adding in. Some people might be, I'm meat riding a little bit. And I am glazing on Tchouaméni. But I saw this man come in for Pogba at the World Cup, and it didn't faze him. Kind of like Enzo Fernandez. This man was called upon to be in Argentina's midfield, and he didn't look out of place. That's how you know a player's elite. McAllister. Who was he before the World Cup? No one really knew him. And it didn't faze him that he was playing some of the best players in the world at the World Cup. Tchouaméni, the same thing. It didn't faze him that he was replacing Paul Pogba. He was a DM, and he controlled that France midfield. His connection with Upamecano was spectacular. The way he would get the ball, simple passes, move it around. That's the kind of player that Bayern need to look at and go, if we sign that guy, he completes Kimmich. Tchouaméni gives Kimmich a driver's license to go wherever he wants, and then he'll clean up. Like Tchouaméni is like that woman in a relationship that tells her man, no, cheat on me. Cheat on me as long as you come back home. Just giving him that license. And I love that. I love a woman that would tell me to cheat on her and she would take me and it's all the same. Like no hard feelings, even though I was the hard one the other night. So like that's what I'm saying with Tchouaméni, man.
Your analogies sometimes, man, they get me.
It's too much.
Welcome in, mate. Welcome in. Greetings from the UK. I agree. He would be the player. And again, like obviously Liz said, if he's available, get him ASAP. And we do need someone. If they're going to spend 100 million on Declan Rice, why can't they go and spend over 100 million on him?
Yeah. Yeah. Declan Rice, I would argue, is a far inferior footballer to Tchouaméni. And by the way, is he still going to Arsenal? Because I saw something about Man City.
If Man City get him, I'm just going to laugh, to be honest.
Oh, so, okay. The Guardian says Declan Rice keen to join Arsenal despite Man City's plan for a rival bid. If Man City come in for me and Arsenal are in the same race, I know where I'm going. I'm getting me that oil money. Arsenal will not be performing at the same level next season, especially with what Chelsea are doing. Everyone's laughing at Chelsea now, but with a manager like Pochettino coming in with all the backing he's getting, and they're selling Havertz, some of their liabilities, and their money.
They're literally selling all of their talent to Saudi, aren't they?
Yeah, they're money laundering. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And they have Enzo Fernandez in midfield. They're signing Casado. You look at a team like that. That is a team that can do crazy things. They're definitely getting top 4. So where's Arsenal? They're not going to win the title because City will be even better next year. Pep doesn't play. Yeah, these guys just won the treble. They have nothing to lose. They're just going to want to monopolize that league. And if they sign Declan Rice, that's just another player to worry about. So,
yeah,
I think Pep wants Declan Rice for that John Stones position in midfield. You know how Stones was just maneuvering all over the place, defensively really strong? I think that's what Pep's thinking if he signs a player like Declan Rice. Because he ain't signing him to be a DM like Rodri, because Rodri's above Declan Rice, 2 different levels. Like Declan Rice is a player that will only ever be top class. Rodri is world class. It's
so sad that we could have got him.
We could have gotten Rodri, but we spent money on Lucas Hernandez, who's now snaking us and going to Paris Saint-Germain for that moolah. He's going for that money, that Thomas Moolah.
Enzo Fernandez. Apparently, Enzo Fernandez wants to leave Chelsea. Would you go for that?
I don't buy that. My man's been at Chelsea for 6 months.
Yeah,
Babies don't last. Babies don't get born in 6 months. How's my man leaving already?
And he's on a 9-year. Yeah, he's on a 9-year contract. That's how they got away with
9
it.
Yo, that's basically a prison sentence. That's like an R. Kelly prison sentence. How is my man in Chelsea jail for 9 years? How is that possible? I thought it was only 5 years.
Well, I know that they were putting all of their young talent on big contracts to basically be able to spend more money, because obviously then it's going over a certain amount of years, isn't it?
Wait, you can have a 9-year contract?
Yeah, I wasn't Saul Niguez on like a massive one at Atletico Madrid. I swear he was on like 7 years or something like that.
What the heck?
They're above the curve, mate. 100%. Bayern need to start doing this. Get Jamal on a 9-year.
Wait, so I thought it was maybe a German or European regulation. I mean, I've heard of 9-year contracts, but I just thought it was one of those, you get 5 years, but then there's an option for 2 years, and that's why you get a 7-year contract. That's what I thought. But I didn't know off the bat you could get a player. What are we doing then? We need to be signing Musiala. That man needs to be here for 15 years.
Exactly. I want to search Modric a minute. Contract.
Luka Modric?
Mudryk, sorry. Mudryk. I said the wrong thing, my bad.
That bum, yeah, him.
So from Shakhtar Donetsk on Sunday, it says, and on a remarkable 8.5-year deal.
What?
I'll put it on the screen
right. 2031. That makes no sense. So how did they know he's going to be successful?
I don't think they do. I think they just...
If Alphonso Davies was on an 8-year contract, like life would be Gucci, like the shirts with the snakes on them. Like we'd be all right.
100%. 100%. Welcome in, Bo. Yeah, man. 100%. 100%, man. That's literally why I named it the link up. 100. What's your opinion on Newcastle getting in Tonali?
Like, as in, we should be looking at him?
Well, just the fact that they're going for him.
That's an audacious move. Newcastle are trying to fast track their way to Man City level, trying to keep top 4. I mean, if they manage to get Szoboszlai and Tonali, then yeah, they have a very formidable team. And I'm kind of annoyed because, like, that's another team to deal with in the transfer window. That's another team that could outbid us. Yeah. Like, what are we going to keep relying on? Oh, we're Bayern history. Come on. Like, everyone has history. Except the teenage boy when his mom walks in, that boy's history clears fast. So everyone has history. Man City, like, we can say, we're offering you Champions League competitiveness, but Man City are ahead of us and have been in the last 3 years in the Champions League. These guys have gotten to a final, to a semifinal, and to a final again. What are we offering that's different from a lot? Like, we're offering prestige, and our name value is That's why we have to sign crazy bowlers and just get to that Champions League final level, because we're still talking about we shouldn't be lacking a striker. We should have known when Levy was 33, Lewandowski, that we need a striker. We should have been flirting with Kane from then. We should have gone all in for Haaland. Like I don't think we should have gone for Haaland, because I still don't rate Haaland as a complete footballer. I think he works at Man City, but he wouldn't score as many goals here because we don't create that many chances. So, but we shouldn't be allowing any other club to breathe. We should be hungry for any good player out there. Enzo Fernandez, we should have been in for him, at least like interested.
Yeah. And
now I think Tchouaméni, we should have been interested in him when he was leaving Monaco. And if we built that interest, and now he's not playing at Madrid, we could have just, hey, you're not playing, we'll make you play. Just pop in here for a second. Why not?
We were very close. Well, we were very close.
City didn't outbid us.
It was the wages, wasn't it?
Yeah, the wages. Wait, no, Haaland's not on crazy wages either. So we could have potentially afforded his wages. You could probably disprove me, but I read somewhere that he was on like 20 million. I don't know.
Yeah, he's on 19.5.
Okay, that's not
19 million
crazy amount.
No.
Yeah, that's not insane. So we could have really been in the race for Haaland if we wanted.
I really do blame Harry Kane for that, by the way.
Yeah, Kane was in the mix because he did move to City.
Yeah, didn't push the move through.
What a freaking twat! That guy's you're at Tottenham, and how long has he been there?
Oh, I don't know.
I think that man, all his kids came after he. Like, my man has been at Tottenham for a tremendous chunk of his career, and all he has to show for it are goals that never led to any significant trophy. He has 0 trophies. Oh, but top goal scorer for that one season. No one cares, you dork.
So it says Harry Kane began his professional career at Tottenham Hotspur, joining the academy in 2009. So he's been there.
Then, didn't he move to Arsenal's academy? Oh,
I don't know. I think he's just an Arsenal fan. I think.
That's a conflict of interest.
Even though he denies it, and there's a picture out there, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't even. Why would you deny it? You should shamelessly be like, I support Arsenal. What's Spurs to me? No one grew up watching
shit forever.
I think Bayern are falling into an annoying phase where the kids in this generation, like the little kids that watch Bayern with their parents, they're not seeing Ian Robin. They're not seeing a Frank Ribéry. They're seeing a frustrated Sané. I mean, Musiala's up there, Davies. Those are players that are really resonating with these young kids. Hold on, Philip Schofield. I didn't say young kids. Chill out. You don't know who Philip Schofield is, do you?
I know exactly who he is.
Yeah,
That's what I'm laughing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Chill out, Jeffrey Epstein. So, what I'm saying is, these kids are not seeing Robin, Ribéry. We need. That's what we need. They're not seeing Philip Lahm. That inspires kids, especially in a country like Germany. Of course, seeing Philip Lahm and Bastian Schweinsteiger would have inspired a player like Kimmich. He watched them from when he was in his academy days. When he was 15, these guys were in Champions League finals. Like, people don't add context to that. But the new Germans, they're seeing Adeyemi, seeing Havertz, Chelsea. That doesn't inspire anyone. So Germany, they see Musiala and they're like, okay, maybe I need to be good. But they see Havertz and they're like, I just need to be a work rate merchant. And I'll get a contract at Chelsea and Leverkusen. So inspiration in the youth will build our academy. So we need players that inspire, like players that are superstars. Lahm was a superstar in the world. I mean, he wasn't like Neymar level, but everyone knew. Everyone puts Philip Lahm in their best right back conversation. Everyone.
And if they don't, they're an idiot.
Everyone puts Neuer in their best goalkeeper conversations.
Mhm.
Even Beckenbauer is still a known name. That man has the streets. So we need like a superstar. I would not mind an Mbappe or a Florian Wirtz if he really like has another killer season. We need that.
100%.
Smoothie break.
Why no talks for Bellingham? I just don't think he's gonna fit in our team, to be honest with you.
He's already in Madrid, you know.
Yeah,
it's a matter
but
of
before, even with that, I still don't think he fits in our team. Of course, we could try to make him fit. Don't get it twisted.
Wait,
but
hold on. Newcastle are paying Tonali only $8 million? That's crazy. That's some insane negotiation ability.
Wow.
$8 million a season. That's nothing. That is insane. Oh, sorry. What was that? What were you saying before I rudely interrupted?
No, I was just reading the comment, basically just saying about Bellingham. I just don't know. Of course, we could have tried to make him fit, but I just don't know if he would have fitted in our team.
Yeah, Bellingham is a very complete midfielder. He's not particularly an expert. Like, I'd say to describe him, I don't know, he's everything. You know, he has that athleticism, very energetic. He gets into tackles, so he can defend. He can also attack. Goal scoring's there. I think he's just, I mean, I guess box to box is the word. Yeah. But, and even, like, not just like a typical box to box where he just run around. He's also technical. So, yeah, I like Bellingham's style of play, but I think for that kind of money, you can buy a player that does the same things. For 100 and how much in Madrid? Like 130 mil?
Something like that, I think.
That's too much, man. And I mean, if you're Madrid aren't like an oil club, they need to sell as well. So too many might genuinely be out there for us. Because I mean, Camavinga is going to be their DM. I mean, I'm guessing the strategy is Dani Ceballos is going to be the backup to Bellingham and Valverde, and he's a box to box. Camavinga is going to be a DM. Like, I think that's the plan for him, because he's actually really world class there. The man is world class at left back, DM. I wouldn't call Camavinga box to box, because he's so involved in the build-up play that you just wouldn't do that. And I think the plan is for Bellingham, so it's going to be Valverde, Camavinga, Bellingham, from what I think Carlo Ancelotti is going to do. And I don't know, where does Camavinga go? Because if Camavinga plays, Bellingham has to be on the bench. That's 130 million. Camavinga has to be on the bench, and that's one of your best players. So what are you going to do? And if you have an Mbappe, man, that team looks scary. The amount of chances that they're going to be created, I don't think they should sign Mbappe if they're looking for. I think Kane is probably what they need to go for. But oh, geez.
Have you seen I can't seem to find the tweet now, but have you seen the news, which could be fake news, don't get it twisted, on us apparently looking at De Jong?
Oh, I think oh no, that was fake. That was a troll account. You know how Barcelona fan, like Kimmich takes a piss and they're like, Joshua Kimmich took a piss. Some in Munich are saying this is his goodbye sign. So it's that kind of troll tweet. So a Bayern fan account made like, De Jong was seen doing this in Barcelona. It's seen that he's pushing for a move to Bayern. So it was just a joke. But Frankie De Jong would be a really good addition to our team. He would give us an element of play that we don't have, a technical level in midfield that we've lacked for so many years. Hence why we got dominated. The last player we had that was a complete technician in midfield and carried us in big games was Thiago. Thiago was on a different level of sauce. His defensive ability was insanely underrated. He was literally our DM. And people don't even understand that. The world's crazy, man.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. Why can't we can't attract top young players, especially the non-German players? We have to improve the Bundesliga. But the thing is, we can't do that on our own, though. That's the only problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially with Dortmund selling all their players.
Yeah, I think there needs to be a general consensus in the league that they're falling behind, and that's the truth. If you run a business and your competitors are all doing crazy things, making moves, and you're sitting there thinking, yeah, we're still here, and they're lapsing you, you have to understand that you are losing in a battle. You have to first recognize that you're in a war. There was a general in the U.S. military, I don't know which year, but it was decades ago. He said, in combat, when your enemy shoots at you, the first thing you have to recognize is that you are being shot at. Because there's certain people that think, oh, I just got shot at. Oh, it was a one-off shot. Maybe they go back to chilling. So the Bundesliga needs to realize, as a collective of clubs, we're in danger right now. We are one of the biggest leagues in the world, but when the money is being pumped into all these clubs, look, Germany used to produce talent like water in the ocean.
Yeah.
It was just constant talent production. Schalke was on top of the world. Everyone knew what Schalke was doing with players. Everyone was signing Schalke players. Raul, the Prince of Goals, Schalke player. Goretzka, Schalke player. Sane, Schalke player. Schalke is now a second division team because of financial mismanagement.
Yeah.
So the Bundesliga used to be on top, but look at the French league when it comes to talent production. Tchouameni, Camavinga, Mbappe, Griezmann. You can keep naming players.
They've got Thuram at the moment, haven't they?
Not Pogba. Thuram, Colomouani. It's like every other player is a French player, or at least played in the French league and got developed to where they were. So there needs to be an understanding that we're losing the thing that made us so great, which is talent production. Who's Germany's new generation apart from Florian Wirtz? Don't say Musiala, because Musiala is a British player. Let's be honest here. He sounds like he's from England. He speaks the Queen's English. Sorry to the late Queen. He speaks the Queen's English. Oi, let me get a crumpet. That's Musiala to you. So, apart from him, all right, let's exclude Musiala. Florian Wirtz. Is that Germany's only true generational talent? Who else is there? Mukoko? Bayern's up-and-coming striker.
He hasn't proved it, though, has he?
Huh?
Mukoko hasn't proved it yet.
Yeah, and he's not even a kid. That man's 45. He got 10 kids. So there's a problem here with Germany's ability to, the league as an entirety isn't producing stars as much as they used to. That's hurting Bayern. That's hurting the clubs around us. That's hurting the league's reputation. Okay, and then you move on from that. Financially, it's so far behind. So the comment is right, the original comment, to tie that back, that, yeah, we need teams that are competing. But you have to first understand that there's a problem. And I don't think a lot of these teams understand there's a problem. They're just kind of happy being number 2, 3. They're happy with Champions League spots because they're just trying to stay sustained as a club. They're not trying to profit. I know for a fact Todd Bowley's a greedy American. He's trying to make that moolah. He's trying to make that money. He's investing. He's doing everything he can to make Chelsea a profitable endeavor because he is greedy. When you don't have greedy billionaires involved in football clubs, what you have is sustainability projects. Oh, how do we just stay afloat, keep the books right? You don't really see German clubs get in debt because there's no risk taking because they're all comfortable being mediocre, being second to Bayern. Bayern are so different because we decided, we can't just be number 1 in Germany. We have to be one of the top clubs in the world. So we invested in marketing, branding. We invested in players, took big risks. Ian Robin was a big risk when we brought him in. He could have just been a player that got a bunch of injuries, but he became a club icon, a legend of this club. Ribery, similar. We could have just gone for a German name, but we signed a player that later became a global superstar, almost winning a Ballon d'Or. We took risk. We suffered reputational damage when we signed players from Schalke, from Dortmund, when they were our rivals. We took reputational risk knowing these players are going to be global superstars. And coupled with luck and hard work, Bayern are now where we're at. But other Bundesliga clubs don't realize, or at least don't have that ambition to be beyond themselves. They just want to stay in their bubble. Their fans just like being, I don't think Frankfurt fans are thinking of, oh, maybe we'll win the Bundesliga one. They're just happy with the fact that they get to show up for Europa League final and rock the stadium. But the ambition's not there, unfortunately.
Yeah. What's your opinion on Kyle Walker?
In regard, if we sign him cheap, then not the worst
Would
thing.
you be happy with it?
I shouldn't say I'm happy with it. I'd say it is what it is. I think he's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's going to give us cover for position. Cancelo leaving, once again, means we don't have a backup right back or a right back that can compete to start. So Kyle Walker from City, 2-year contract with an option for an extra year. If the wages aren't ridiculous, then I'd take him. No problem. And I think his attitude, his mentality, I see Kyle Walker play games. He's very focused. Some of the games where he played Mbappe, he performed really well. So he will add to our team good depth. You need a player like that coming off the bench, especially when in this modern day and age, 33 isn't that old. It's actually, I'd say 35 is when, hang it up. Like, get this thing off the road. Like, you're broken down, your body doesn't move. But I think with modern day sports medicine, players like Müller and Lewandowski, they still perform into their 30s. Some decline faster, some decline slower. Look at Luka Modric. That man's almost 36. He's cooking at the Champions League level. So, we got to take out the idea of once a player is 32, 33, they're dead forever. Unless that player was heavily reliant on their physical attributes, like their pace and power, like Sadio Mane. Once you lose that at 30 and you never had the technical ability, then you're going to start getting exposed a little bit. Sergio Busquets is a perfect example of you don't need pace and power to be a genius. That man is one of the greatest midfielders in football history. And all he does on the field is scan, look, and then just cook.
It's not me. It's not me, man. Don't worry. Your husband is open.
Wait. Oh, you guys heard the sound?
Yeah,
My
I think
dryer.
it's
My dryer.
It's fine. Don't worry. It's cool. Yeah, Modric is old. He is old, and that's another thing as well. Like, people obviously say he's old, this, that, but like at times he's taken the young ones out of the squad to put him on the bench. So come to Bayern. To be honest,
and it's not expensive. It just shows that we can recruit smartly. So I think we have a problem at Bayern because of all the shakiness. I think that's one of the biggest things.
100%. Yeah, no, I agree. If you guys aren't subscribed with George, make sure to click. I believe you can just click on his name. Make sure to go and subscribe. If I could speak, would be fantastic. Subscribe. Also subscribe here. When is the for some reason I keep saying Guerreiro. I don't know why. Guerreiro announcement. Probably tomorrow? Probably. If not Monday. Probably be tomorrow.
Did we already announce Limer?
Yes.
Look at the bums we're signing. No, actually, look, as much as I despise, it's funny because when Konrad Laimer was at Leipzig, I liked him. When he was just at Leipzig, never linked to Bayern, I liked him because he's just it's fun to watch a player with 50 lungs. He just runs everywhere. You're surprised every time he makes 10 runs in like a 10-second sequence, it's great. It's great to see. But when your club's signing that player with zero technical capabilities, I mean, Limer is what is he good at apart from pressing? And by the way, I would argue people think he's a good tackler. I don't know if they know how to define tackling. Tackling isn't just slide and the ball goes away from your opponent. There is an art to tackling. I'll tell you who's a good tackler. Wan-Bissaka. That guy's a good tackler. Because the way he tackles you, one, he clears out the opponent, but he wins the ball more. So it's never really a foul. Two, he keeps the ball. Even though he's clunky on it, he keeps the ball for his team. Philipp Lahm was a good tackler. He didn't need too much energy. When players go jumping into challenges that's just a waste of energy. Lahm would just put his foot out and scoop the ball from your feet. Everyone would be fine. No one got injured. He never got yellows and reds. And he would just dominate opponents with smart tackling, manipulating his feet to be placed in the perfect spot and keep the ball without exerting too much energy. When Limer tackles, this man, like, you watch some of his highlights. I bet you there's a sequence where maybe he jumps in, makes a tackle, wins the ball, but he doesn't win it to himself or to his teammate. He needs to go again and tackle twice in a row, and then it's a throw-in. Like, that's not winning the ball. That's not tackling. That's just energy. That's just tenacious without much of a footballing brain. When Luka Modric tackles, there is a specific thing he's trying to do. Sometimes slow down an attack. I don't know. Limer's he's an energy merchant because he's a Red Bull player. That's all most of them are. They're not, I mean, it's only recently with players like Nkunku coming in where you see high levels of technical capabilities. But yeah, Limer, like, I get it, nice depth, but I need something different. Come in the 70th minute when everyone's tired, run around. I don't mind that. But if he's going to be a starter next to Kimmich, I'll kill myself.
Whoa. I know where you're coming from. But do you think, though, and it might be a dumb question because obviously you just explained why you don't like him, but do you think it's because you want Tuchemani?
No.
So then we go and get him and you're like, bro, what?
No. See, Limer is this is going to be funny to say. He's a good transfer because, all right, just add context. Player, one of your rivals, Leipzig, one of their better players on a free. Yeah, of course, good transfer. But is he a good player? Does he add to our team? Something we do not have. I guess in the 70th minute, 80th minute, when everyone's tired, he's really useful. That man comes in, adds energy. I'm happy with that. But I'm getting this feeling that this club might be comfortable just having that man start games. If he starts a single game, I'm pissed. I'll be annoyed. Like, it's the same thing with Sabitzer. I liked Sabitzer when he was at his club.
Yeah, he was doing very well at Leipzig.
Yeah, but when he joins my team, all the things I didn't really like about him at Leipzig, I know. I'm like, this guy shoots too much. He takes shots. Yeah.
It's fine, man. It's fine. Just watch the repeat, man. It's fine. 100%. That's what I tried to search, but yeah. With everyone in here, like Rajat says, please do vote. The link is in the thingy. There's 8 days left, so yeah, please do. I'm drunk. But yeah, 100%.
What the percentage is that now?
I can have a look quickly. Percentages right this second. The Bayern View is on 51%, and Redmen TV is on 41%. So we're winning at the moment.
That's good.
With 8 days left.
Wait, you're at 51%?
Yeah.
Oh, you're winning that thing then.
Yeah, man, it's a bit crazy.
Yeah, I created 50 accounts. I downloaded 10 web browsers and I voted. Incognito, I voted. I'm voting, man. No, I'm joking.
Thank you, man.
I'm joking. I didn't do that. But I did vote for you with one account 50 times.
Hey.
All right.
One account's one account.
Wait. Already voted 2,617 people. When does the voting end?
It ends. I don't know what ET. What time is ET?
Eastern time.
Eastern time. So the voting closes midnight.
Look at these Brits.
Eastern time.
Look at these Brits insulting Americans. Oh, you don't know anything, and you don't know Eastern time. Is that crazy?
So yeah, midnight Eastern time on the 30th of June. So what, in 8 days? Midnight.
I think you got this in the bag, man. 51% is insane. So I hope you win.
Hopefully, man. Yeah, man. It's nuts to even be on there, to be perfectly honest with you. Yeah, they did, which is again nuts. Thank you, mate. Thank you to everyone that has voted generally.
I'm loving this, man. I'm loving this show.
100%, mate. 100%. It needed to happen. And for the people that the reason it didn't happen was me being lazy, to be perfectly honest with you. Because I did message you, you were like, yeah, go for it. And then the next minute I just didn't reply to you. So that was my fault. But yeah, no, 100%. This is good because obviously you've got a different opinion. You've obviously got your channel and everything. And then obviously got this channel and I've got a different opinion. That's the whole point.
You're a Bonus Sar fan. Like, that's Bonus Sar in the background. Hey, what do you think about your guy Gnabry? You think we should sell him?
The problem for me with Serge is I understand where people's frustrations come from, without a doubt. But at the same time, I think if you're going to get rid of him, you need to bring in someone that is offering his goals. Like, he's very inconsistent. I get that. Without a doubt, he's very inconsistent. But he does still score, 15 odd goals a season.
That is a good point. Yeah.
So that's the only thing. Like, I understand why some people, dislike him and everything.
I think Gnabry could be like our Marco Asensio, except he's being paid a tremendous amount of money.
Yeah.
Marco Asensio just comes off the bench, scores a nice little banger, scores twice, and just never again for 3 months, and then another important game pops up, he scores. Gnabry, I think, could be like our Marco Asensio, or he just comes in, chips in goals, wins you a few games, and pisses off into the sunset. So if Serge can do that, then yeah, I don't mind him staying and taking a pay cut, because that man's getting paid too much to be doing all of this. And the worst thing is, Gnabry's best season was his first season at Bayern. My man never moved. He regressed. He just added more weight, got a bigger booty, visited Dr. Miami a few times, and that's about it. Apart from, of course, actually his first and second season. First season, I really loved that 2018-19 season where Niko Kovac had him right wing with Kimmich. Oh, that connection was crazy. That was probably the reason we won the Bundesliga, Gnabry and Kimmich, because Kimmich got like 50 gazillion assists from right back. He was unplayable. Season after that, 1920, COVID happened, but Gnabry was cooking. He was playing Tottenham with 4 goals. Serge scores iconic goals. He cooks. So I love that. And then in the Champions League, that goal against Lyon with 50 guys around him, banging it in. That Gnabry was unplayable. He scored against Barca, I think. I don't remember if he scored it. Chelsea certainly scored twice. He was cooking. And then for some reason, I guess Hansi Flick left. Nagelsmann came in. And maybe Nagelsmann, because Hansi got things out of Gnabry. And it looks like since Nagelsmann, this guy just hasn't been the same. And Tuchel, he hasn't really gotten much out of him. Who would you get as a manager? You're Tuchel out. because you're,
Yep.
you just, I don't know why you don't want Tuchel. He's the best manager ever. Tuchel Laban, yeah. What do you think? Who would you want?
Well, the Ben, I don't know his name off the top of my heart. Off the top of my head, top of my heart. What? I don't know his name, but what about the Benfica manager? I believe he's German.
I think I've heard his name, but I don't remember it. Let me actually look that up because that's important.
Yeah, Klopp
Roger
is not
Smith.
German anywhere.
Roger Smith. Where did he
And
manage?
it's not him.
He
It's
managed
not him though. What?
Leverkusen.
Go on. Leverkusen.
Yeah, that's the Benfica manager since 2022. Roger Smith.
Yeah, Schmidt. Yeah, and if
You
not,
really think so?
I think it's hard because there are managers out there. I don't want to say there aren't managers out there, but what about is it Deserby? Where's he managed? Is he the Brighton manager? Yeah, maybe him. But the problem is that
Interesting. See, De Zerbi is interesting because when he came to Brighton, did anyone really know him or understand his play style? No one really understood what he was about. I think he's a manager that, I think he was at Shakhtar Donetsk. Shakhtar Donetsk came in, good recruitment, not even just good, amazing recruitment from Brighton. And what I like about De Zerbi is the possession-based style of play is just so good, man. His teams just understand positional play. I love how he plays out of the back. It's not just pass the ball to your teammate. Someone drops. It's they find a little hole and exploit it. Whether it's a player dropping and creating space for another player behind them, they always find a way to. It's like they turn build-up play into transition counter-attacking play, which is similar to what we did with Hansi Flick. We did that like, someone said Arsene Wenger. Let that man rest.
For real.
The Bayern. Wait, I used to have a really good Arsene Wenger impression.
That's all I can do.
The football at Bayern is they play a very strong style of play with Musiala and Serge Gnabry. Gnabry never scores. Decent Wenger accent. This guy said we want Tuchel out already. Not me. I think. I mean, I never wanted Tuchel here. I can't be Tuchel out yet because I was never Tuchel in. So I've always been Tuchel out because I never wanted him in my club. But I'm willing to give him a chance because look, Thomas Tuchel has to win the Champions League next year. This is. I know, like it sounds crazy, but that's the only way he's going to win back the fans. Most of our fans are like, we could have kept Nagelsmann to the end of the season. And who knows? What if we go to City away and instead of pressing like we did, we park the damn bus and counterattack City? That might have worked. And then at home, maybe it's 1-0 to City and we have a stronger opportunity to do something. Maybe that's how we would have beaten City. So, yeah. And what if we didn't lose to Freiburg? And out of the DFB Pokal, maybe we could have won DFB Pokal. If we won the double, life would have been better. And it looks like the club was always going to sack Nagelsmann. So why didn't you just wait to the end of the season? Because Tuchel's played games. Oh, I'm going to go to Saudi Arabia if you don't sign me now. Tuchel played us. People aren't thinking like Tuchel's agent was sending signals to Bayern that we're going to go to PSG. We're going to – or not PSG. Madrid. They said they were going to go to Madrid. Madrid hasn't even sacked Carlo, and you're saying you're going to go. How do you know? And then Bayern were like, well, we got to act now and get Tuchel because that's our manager. And now we're in this stupid mess.
100%, mate. 100%. And while everyone's in here, I'll say this as well. So with my the regular viewers that come in and so on, I said in a live stream, if Tuchel wins us a double for the whole of the transfer window, I'll wear a Tuchel shirt. I don't have one, even though some people do think I already have one. So with his face on it, And if he wins us the treble, and this is why I don't believe in him, but hopefully he proves me wrong, because it means Bayern will obviously be being successful. If he wins us a treble, all of this will be gone. I'll go bold. So
That's
okay,
not
prove me
good
wrong,
enough.
people.
That's not. We got to have bigger
Well,
stakes than that. Going bold, that's a 2-week deal. It grows back in 2 weeks. You're good again. You got that Middle Eastern hair. It just grows. You got the beard. So, nah, that's not good enough. You got to do something crazy.
But this man down here,
Nah.
not happening. Every time he's like, yeah, you need to get an ass tat. I'm
and
like,
the
wait,
FCB,
what?
he sounds knowledgeable. He sounds like he watches regularly. So this is obviously something you guys have discussed. And maybe he's your tattoo artist and he's going to be all up in there.
No, I'm
Sticking his
not
pen
getting an
inside
ass
you. That's going to be weird.
Definitely. Definitely going to be weird. But yeah, I just don't believe in him personally. I never wanted him.
Come on.
Hopefully he proves me wrong now. No, man. Hopefully he proves me wrong, because if he proves me wrong, it means Bayern is succeeding, and that's all I want. So hopefully he does prove me wrong, for real. I mean that. But yeah, man. We've done an hour. Do you want to carry? Do you want to carry on?
I mean, if there's something interesting that's to be discussed, then I'm sure we can get into it.
Hit us with your questions, guys. Still a load of you in here. Hit us with your questions, and we'll go through it. Yeah, what do you think? Obviously, us signing a gazillion centre backs, right backs, left backs, whatever. Are you happy with Tuchel going to a back five? That's what it seems like we're going to do.
No. I hate the back five. I never liked it. I don't think he's going to that. I think this is going to be a back four. Where'd you read that? Fake news.
I didn't read anything. I just read into the fact that we're being linked with two centre backs. Kyle Walker can also play centre back and right back.
Okay, I think the whole narrative is coming out because Tuchel played a back five at Chelsea, but that's not actually what happened. He was kind of forced to do that.
100%.
His personnel just did not allow for an attacking kind of team, if you know what I mean.
No, I know where you're coming from, 100%.
So he just had to go for back three or back five.
I hope so, mate. I think we're both in.
We're both in that boat. Yeah, I don't think Bayern will if it shows that he's not available. Because I mean, people think transfers are just Football Manager or FIFA, where you just there's the money and you start negotiating after clicking a few buttons. We actually have to go to Tchouaméni and say, would you be interested in joining Bayern? If he says no, if he says no, I'm not interested, then we can't sign him. So, but if he is interested, we'll go to Madrid and go, hey, amigos, ¿cómo estás? ¿Está bien? Fantástico. Tenemos Tchouaméni. Okay, we want Tchouaméni. Quiero dinero. How much? And see, I don't think Unai Hoeneß speaks Spanish, so it might be hard to negotiate with the Madristas. So that's how transfers actually work. You got to go to the agent first, and then to the club, and you're having all these long-term discussions. I would love Tchouaméni, so it's not just what we think; it's what needs to be done.
Yeah, of course, 100%. We can't sign Haaland and Mbappe, in the same window, if at all.
We're never signing.
No, definitely not.
If we sign Mbappe, I will get a Kylian Mbappe tattoo on my butt. I'll have to take up Kenny FCB's offer. He's going to be the tattoo artist, and we know he swings that way because that man's he's going to enjoy it. Do you guys think that when Hansi Flick started coaching, would you think he would be that good? No, I don't think anyone thought Flick would be as good as he was. And I'm kind of disappointed with the Germans that are now turning on Flick, because when he joined them, Hansi is the best. Baista, we love you, Flick. And now with their subpar national team underperforming as expected, they're now complaining. Why are Germans... Why it's a sense of entitlement. because they believe they should be better than they are. But you don't have players that should be better, that should be playing better than they. You have Adeyemi. You don't have Neymar. You don't have Vinicius Jr. You're not Brazil. You're not at that level no more, little bro. You don't make group stages anymore. You are a below average national team. You are struggling with your youth academies. You're not creating talent anymore. One of your best players is English and could have played for England. Your best players are old and retiring and no one to replace them. You don't have an elite striker that's German. You don't have elite midfielders apart from Kimmich. Gundogan's about to go into retirement. You don't have a second good goalkeeper. Ter Statue doesn't cut it. Ter Standing ain't going to be it. So why are you don't have elite center backs. You used to have Matt Hummels in his prime, Jerome Boateng at the back. Where now you're struggling to fit Rudiger and Niklas Süle into the same lineup because you have no one else. Schlotterbeck, okay, cool. Is he going to be the next Boateng? Okay, all right, believe you then. So to the Germans that are going at Flick saying, oh, Flick out. Maybe Flick is doing things that aren't smart. Maybe he's making stupid decisions. But there was a point where Flick did change Germany's fortunes. They were playing well until teams realized, oh, they're not that good. It's just the coaching style of play. So now if you park the bus against Germany, stifle their play, they don't have individual players with insane levels of brilliance to change the outcome of games. So screw all the people going at Flick. You don't know what you're talking about. I want Flick back at Bayern. When Tuchel gets sacked, that's when I want my man back with better recruitment.
Bravo's gone now, isn't he? So
wait, he's gone?
Yeah, Brazo got sacked, didn't he?
Oh, I thought you meant Flick. Yeah, Brazo's gone. The enemy, the op, Flick's number one op at Bayern is gone. So it's going to be sunshines and rainbows when he comes back. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge is at the club. You know, he gets a nice little friend in the DOF. The only problem with Hansi Flick was he just played he tried to get us a bunch of bums like Timo Werner. Like, why, Hansi? He wanted us to have Timo Werner. I think Flick is low-key a German patriot. He really wanted us to have a bunch of German players. And that was his biggest mistake. He should have just wanted us to have a bunch of good players, despite the fact, regardless of what their nationality was. So,
no, I know where you're coming from. 100%. I can't wait to see Kim Min Jae holding up that shirt. I won't lie. But I don't want to get too excited with it. Not yet. I have seen your video on Kim Min Jae. Are you happy with Kim Min Jae coming in?
Well, I think I explained that defensively he's amazing.
Yeah.
On the ball, he's just I don't know if my happiness matters that much. I'm content with the signing because his wages will be cheap. It's a good signing overall. He's a good player, not perfect, and that's all right.
I agree. I know where you're coming from on that. Will Kim Min Jae sell shirts? I don't think he's that sort of player, though. I don't think that's like a Jamal Musiala, Kimmich, Davies. You know, I don't think he's that sort of player. He's just coming in to do his job. Where, you know, if you were to bring in like an Mbappe, that's a shirt seller, or a Vinny, that's a shirt seller. I don't.
Well, I mean, he will sell in Korea for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Them Koreans love Heung-min Son. He's like their national son.
Yeah. You're gonna get exactly. Yeah. You know, and maybe that's another reason why all of these clubs are going in for him, because then you go into that market, don't you? And go into, you know, getting them to watch Bayern, and then maybe they become Bayern fans and so on. Delit would sell, 100%. But that's probably because of how good he has been for us. We still need new. And again, on the wingers, I wanted to mention this earlier when you were talking about Serge. I think also with Serge, and the problem with it is obviously Kingsley Coman was brilliant last season. But like, we don't really, other than Serge, like goal scorer, we don't really have a goal scoring wing. Like Leroy Sané was brilliant at the start of the season and then just absolutely dipped. Sadio Mane. True that.
Everyone was performing, and then the World Cup came, and like everyone just sucked.
Yeah. What do you think of Chiesa? Do you bring him in or?
Is he? I think I read a story that he might be leaving.
Yeah, I think something about Liverpool put in a bid for him. I think like 40 odd mil.
That's
to be fair. If they get him for 40 mil.
If Juve accept, is it going to be one of those transfers where we're like, we should have gotten in for him?
Where was it? It's Juventus are willing to listen to offers for Chiesa this summer. They value him at about 60 million euro.
60?
As of now, Liverpool.
Or 16?
Yeah, as of 60. Liverpool is the club with the most concrete interest, preparing a 40 million bid. So they've still gone underneath.
Liverpool is so broke, man. How are you going to hear 60 million and go, okay, let's try and get him for 40? Like, that's some broke activity. That's going into a high-class restaurant, trying to get one of the best steaks, and then they tell you the price. You're like, okay, well, I'll pay you.
I only want to pay 10p. 10
Yeah, it's crazy. You're not at Nando's. See how I'm using British references so you can understand? Yeah, I already know you. People don't know this, but I'm actually on, like, I'm in the other room, like, of where you're at. So, like, you guys don't know that. Yeah.
100, man. 100%. Emojis. So would I. Without a doubt. Without. Yeah, I think he would upgrade our.
By the way,
upgrade our. Yeah,
sorry.
go on.
Wasn't there a story that we're looking at the goalkeeper from? Is it Sporting? Yeah, Diego Costa.
I can't say I don't think I can have a look, but I didn't see it. But to be fair, I don't. Diego Costa.
It was from a reporter named Rudy Galletti.
Let me look.
Yeah, a journalist from I guess he's a connected journalist, and he says Bayern have entered the race to sign Diego Costa, and Porto expect 50 to 75 million. Bayern explored a deal in January, and Man United and Chelsea are also interested.
That's a lot, though. How old is he?
He's like 23. Yeah, that's a good amount for a modern day goalkeeper.
Yeah, of course, but is he going to take Neuer's spot? Probably not.
You see, that's the thing. Like, everyone says that, but Neuer, I love him, but he was kind of declining at some point.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Did you see that he's getting his goalkeeping coach back? Did you see that Neuer's getting his goalkeeping coach back? You know, the one.
Yeah, that man owns this club. Tony Tapilovic is coming back after all that drama. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, so Diego Costa, I think, could be. We got to remove the delusion that Neuer is going to be the number one goalkeeper for 50 years. Like, he's gonna. Like, he's almost 37, if not already. He's old. Like, he's actually a grandfather. So we gotta start, really start phasing him out, because we don't want to have a sad decline where he ruins part of his legacy just bobbling games for us. So we have to be careful.
100. Okay. What do you think of I always butcher his name. Is it Kubel? Is that how you say his name?
It's too injury prone.
Kubel?
A goalkeeper that's injury prone is the worst type of goalkeeper, because that man literally breaks his legs monthly. It's kind of it's terrible.
I already know what your answer is going to be, but Alexander asked if you could only pick one.
You can't. They're not both of them aren't DMs.
They're not the same player.
Is a deep line playmaker. He's not a DM. He's a DLP. Tchouaméni is a defensive minded midfielder. There's a difference. Yeah. So you were right. That's my answer.
100. I already read that one. My bad. Yeah, what do you think of? I think I asked you last time, but with the whole strikers debacle, if you want to call it that. Obviously, we probably aren't going to get Harry Kane. He wants to break Alan Shearer's record for some reason and not win anything. Osimhen is way too expensive for the money. Vlahovic, for some reason, that's gone really, really quiet. Now I'm going to butcher his name, and people like to laugh at me.
Before you,
go on. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, go on. That's fine.
Do you think? Actually, finish your point, and then I'll ask the question because I'll remember the question.
So you know, I'm going to butcher his name. Everyone seems to like to laugh at me when I say it. Fulkrog. I probably butchered it again. You know, Nicholas.
Nah, he's a bum. Yeah. What's up with him?
Yeah, I was just going to say he's the one that's being linked to us.
That's our guy. That's our number 9. Madrid pulling up with Mbappe. Pulling up with a man that needs a dentist. Have you seen his teeth? Like, how is that man going to sell shirts? How is he going to represent our global image with that? Like, just nah. I'm good.
Do you not think though, just to play devil's advocate, like him scoring 16 goals in a shit team, to be perfectly honest with you?
You see that all the time.
Do you not think he could?
How many goals did Becker from Union Berlin score? How many goals? Oh, hold on. I'll read it. That was very anticlimactic. I thought by just searching it, I would find 11 goals, 7 assists. And anyone scores goals in this league, you know? According to Prem fans, Callum Hudson-Odoi would have scored 10 gazillion goals by now. No, that's not even how we should look at it. We should add context. Is he a good hold-up player? No, not really. His touch is just, he scores goals, and yes, he has an eye for goal, but that's not the only thing we need in a striker. If we needed that in a striker, there's a striker out there that can just give you tap-ins, but it's their overall game that we should be also concerned about. Because if you come in, all you can do is score, it's going to be very hard for you to actually score because you won't be involved in the things that you need to be involved in order to score at a club like Bayern. We don't you can score goals if your team is Wolfsburg because everyone's relying on you to score. And 2, all the chances come to you. All the crosses come to you. But at Bayern, we play as a team and we're playing against low blocks. You don't just get a chance. You have to work for your chance. And if you don't have the hold-up play and the ability to anticipate movements of your teammates and make runs, sacrifice your goal scoring sometimes, and you just have goal scoring, then you can't truly be a Bayern striker.
What were you going to ask me before? Is it about Vlahovic?
Yeah. With all these strikers that are on the market or not on the market, do you think this club is kind of waiting for the end of the window? Because selling clubs are feeling fine now. They can just charge whatever they want, and someone's going to pay it because there's such a limited amount of strikers out there, at least at the elite level. So while it's early in the window, they have the upper hand. But when that last month comes in or the last 2 weeks, preseason's about to start, those selling clubs need to know, hey, are you leaving or are you staying? And those players are saying, we're leaving. Do you think that might pressure them to reduce their prices and that's why Bayern's waiting?
It definitely could be a thing, yeah. I could see that. 100% I could see that. Because for some reason, like other than Guerreiro and Conrad Lema, obviously it looks like we're going to bring in some other players soon. But we are being a little bit slower in the market. And like Heiner, and I see Heiner coming out all the time. Herbert Heiner just talking, like we're taking our time. So maybe you're onto something there, because he every interview he does, when he's asked about strike, he's like, "No, we're taking our time. We need to find the right one." Maybe. Definitely. Could definitely do that.
All right. Well, I enjoyed this. Enjoy coming on. Great show.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming on. 100%.
And when developments happen, we can do this again. But hopefully we sign someone by next week, because I'm getting out of patience here. Getting impatient.
Yeah, no, I know where you're coming from, man.
All right. God bless, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming on again. So yeah, man. There's George. Hopefully, you guys are all doing well. We can stay on for a little bit longer if you guys still want to watch. I'm down, because I know there's a lot of questions. So yeah, if you guys want to fire your questions in, and then we go through them 110%. Right. Don't end yet. Sell Marnie this summer or give him another chance. For me, if it was coming from me personally, then without a doubt, sell. But I don't think he's going to go anywhere. I think he's going to be given a chance. You can see what he's doing now in for his country. So if he cooks, he cooks. As simple as that. Get in by. I think I am gonna get. I think he'll be on tomorrow. I think so. Make sure, if you are available, mate, come in tomorrow, and that'll probably make him laugh. Dream transfer window. Dream transfer window. Obviously, a striker, Vlahovic. I'd go with Vlahovic. A DM, maybe a De Jong. I know, obviously, I think you could play him in that position. The thing is, I think Thomas Tuchel's so set on Declan Rice, so it's hard to get him in for the DM spot. But definitely a DM, and it looks like we're going for loads of centre backs and stuff. Get behind plan. He makes money. Why would he leave? Who are you on about, mate? Let me see if I can find. We waited too long. Who for? Who for, mate? Who for? I don't think he's proven enough. Again, with Bayern getting in a striker, without a doubt, we need to get someone in that's going to come and score goals. We can't be pissing around, here, there, left, right, and centre. And don't get it twisted. There's a reason we're looking at Ramos. He probably is going to be a good striker, but is he going to be for now, or is he going to be for later? I'm gonna shove the link in the chat. If you guys could please vote for the Bayern View. And thank you to everyone that has. Big up to everyone. Thank you so much for the support. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do hit the subscribe button. Is Kim and Jay fast? I don't know if he's necessarily rapid, but yeah, he's got some speed, I would say. It depends who you're comparing him to. Because obviously, if you're comparing him to Davies, then no. But I don't think he's slow. Atlanta want 8 million. Yeah, I don't think we're getting him, to be honest with you. I know that he's being linked, but I don't know. Look at Jovic. He scored like 20 for Frankfurt, went to Real Madrid and barely. Yeah, exactly, 110%, and that's what I mean. So maybe George was onto you got a vote from me. Yeah, man. Thank you so much. Generally, thank you. That means a lot. We're up against juggernauts. Let's not get it twisted. But the other channel, they are massive compared to us. So thank you generally to everyone that is supporting the channel, because like for real, we're up against a big channel. You know, you got like Arsenal Fan TV in there. You know what I mean? It's nuts. De Jong doesn't want to leave Barca just because of the weather. I swear, it's also sunny in Munich sometimes. Yeah, man. Well, yeah, maybe that's a thing. He doesn't want to leave. I know that weather is a thing. I know that a lot of people like to go to Spain because of the heat and all of that. Where obviously, you know, a lot of people don't like to go to the England and go to the Premier clubs, even if it is money. How is this top 3 striker list? Is that in order? You would go with Ramos, Colomani, and then Vlahovic, or you? Because for me, I would go for Vlahovic, then probably Ramos because he is a striker, then Colomani. I just think we have players that can play that role. You know, Colomani isn't an out and out striker, and I think what Bayern need is an out and out striker. Not in order. Okay. But yeah, fire your questions in. We'll do 5 more minutes, and then I got to bounce because I have had no food yet, and I'm starving. I won't lie. But yeah, thank you so much for the constant support, guys. Generally, it means a lot. And yeah, if you could vote, if you have, then thank you. If you haven't, please do vote. And if any of you guys aren't subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Daily Bayern Munich content on the channel, and the channel is booming at the moment. So generally, thank you. But yeah, it does look like Bayern are going to be signing players soon. So apparently we were in Lisbon. Marco Nippi, I believe that's his name, was spotted in Lisbon apparently. You know, where he met Kim's agent. So hopefully that means the deal will be get yourself Nando's. Yeah, don't give the missus any ideas, mate, please. Because she'll definitely be doing that. But yeah, what's this? Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen. Okay, so I don't know why we're being linked with Jurgen Klopp as the manager. Osimhen would be hyped, but Ramos would score more goals. I think, and yeah, Vlahovic be all right, fit too. I would like Vlahovic, to be honest with you, mate. 100%. 100%. I think we will get Kim. Right, let me read this. I think we will get Kim, Torres, Walker in the next few weeks, and get a striker. And yeah, maybe. The only thing is, like, when's Lucas gonna go? When's the other players gonna go? Are they gonna go? That's the only problem with it. Of course, 100%. Let's look at. I don't know. The only problem is with Thuram is free. Why didn't I don't know. I don't know if there's something. I don't know if there. I'm not saying that there is, but I don't know if there's an attitude problem. You know, or maybe we just don't want to go in for him, and we are suited to and got other players in that particular position. Other than that, I really can't answer that one, to be honest. Kim is better than De Ligt. He made Colomani look like a third-rate striker in the Champions League. Yeah, man. Well, if he's better than him, it's to be seen. I'm not a Napoli fan, so I can't out and out say that he is better than him. But you know, I would put De Ligt top 3 centre backs for me. That's just my personal opinion. But remember, I'm a Bayern fan. So Gnabry does a better job at striker than Thuram, and maybe that's why we didn't go for him. You know what I mean? Maybe. But yeah, thank you to everyone that is in here. Again, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do. It's definitely a fun show. Definitely a fun show. I'll post the link in a couple more times. If you can vote for us, will be much and greatly appreciated. And again, we'll be back tomorrow with another live show. We're back every single day at 8 p.m. Sometimes we do move the show back a little bit. Gnabry or Coman at striker could be okay. I'd rather Gnabry there, to be honest with you, because I know that he has played there with at Germany, Germany national squad. Coman for me, I like to keep him on the wing, to be honest with you. So yeah, 100%. But yeah, I'm gonna bounce, guys. Thank you for the constant support. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Smash the thumbs up if you have. Hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. Again, I'll spam the links in. And yeah, man, we've got 8 days left, which is it's nuts to even be winning it at the moment. If we don't win, then it was a good ride. But if we win, then man, it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. So yeah, thank you so much. I'm gonna end this now. Thank you for the constant support, and until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Mia Samia. Peace out, guys. Thank you for watching, and have a blessed night.